Is it worth it? A year of wearing it non-stop, even though it's overdone. Standout, beautiful, classic piece. Everyone has it. It's so worth. So shiny. Hey guys, it's Cynthia. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. Today I have a super exciting video. I have had my Cartier Love bracelet for over a year now. I got it last April, right after my bachelorette, as a little cute gift between me and my sister. We got matching Love Cartier pieces. She got the Cartier ring, I got the bracelet, both pieces that we had dreamed about forever, and we finally bit the bullet. So it's been one full year of wearing the Cartier bracelet every single day. So I want to do a little wear and tear, pros and cons. Ultimately, is it worth it? And I also wanted to talk through my thought process as to why I picked this piece instead of the ones with diamonds or the silver. So I'll get into all of that in a second. Before I get into it, if you guys aren't subscribed, please subscribe for more jewelry, bag, luxury, travel, vlog content, all the good stuff. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So in the intro, I gave a little bit of context as to when I bought this Love bracelet and why. I do want to share a little bit more background as to my first Cartier experience, what that was like. I want to share why I decided to go with this piece, the couple different pieces at Cartier and outside of Cartier that I was debating. So let's chat about that first. I'm also going to put timestamps down below. So if there's certain things that you want to see, like you don't really care to know about the backstory and the things that I was debating, you just want to see wear and tear, you can head down below and see the timestamps and just jump through the video. So like I said, I bought this piece last April after my bachelorette, and it was basically a wedding present from my family to me. It kind of was my family's way of symbolizing their love to me. So this was a piece I had my eyes on for the longest time. I really was going between Cartier, Van Cleef, and Hermes. So with Hermes, you guys already know I've been on my Hermes journey, and I knew if I bought a fine jewelry piece that would obviously add to my purchase history. But I think for the same price point, Hermes is just not as known for jewelry. And I knew for such a big purchase, like pretty much 10K or shy of 10K, I wanted it to be from an established jewelry house. So that kind of moved Hermes out of the picture, and I really thought about Cartier and Van Cleef. Tiffany's for a hot second. I did consider the Tiffany lock bracelet because everyone was saying that's like the new Cartier Love bracelet, but I don't know, it was just the same price and not as classic in my opinion. It's obviously a new piece. I just wanted to stick to the OG. So again, Cartier versus Van Cleef. Van Cleef, I had looked at a couple pieces like their necklace. I've said this in a few other videos, but I love Van Cleef stones. I just dislike how you can't wear it every single day, which to me, as such a value-driven person, the cost per wear is really important to me. I wanted it to be a piece I could wear every single day, and that meant that would eliminate all of the Van Cleef stone options and just leave like the guilloche or just the pure gold. I tried it on. I really liked the necklace, but I don't know, I just really was looking for a bracelet. So Van Cleef has a bangle that is kind of similar to the Cartier Love bangle, but ultimately again, this is the OG, the most popular. And so I was like, you know what, even though everyone has it and even though it's overdone, I don't, and I still love it, so I want to get it. I went into Cartier. We met a wonderful sales associate. She was so nice, so patient with us. Her name is Lana, and she's in the SF Cartier store. She really took the time to explain the pieces to us, to help us figure out the best size for us. Me and my sister went in, I think, 3 separate times. The first time was just to try different things, and that's when we met Lana. Second time was, again, just to validate what we wanted, and then third time was when we were finally ready to purchase. Usually that's just kind of how we do it. We like to see the piece beforehand and then just go in and purchase. I was really debating the small versus the original. This is the original, which I ultimately went with. The small to me, even though it is significantly cheaper, which I liked, I just felt like the small for someone my stature. I'm 5'9". I'm definitely bigger boned. If you guys meet me in person, I think a lot of times people are surprised that I'm this tall. But yeah, I'm not petite. So I feel like on me, the small looked a little too dainty or like too not noticeable. On my sister, she's like 5'6" and like smaller framed. I think it looks perfect on her. But for me, I just felt like it just was not as much of a statement, and I knew I wanted like a statement bracelet. And then in terms of the diamonds, I did think about getting, I think, the 4 diamonds, which bumped it up by 4 or 5K. Again, thinking about the dollar value, I'm like 4 or 5K, that's like at least another tennis bracelet, if not more. To me, the 4K, 5K incremental for the 4 diamonds just was not worth it. I would have rather just spent that money on another jewelry piece. Also, I feel like at a Cartier, same with like Van Cleef Hermes, they just mark up the diamonds so much more. If you just go to your jeweler, you can basically get a whole nother piece with the diamonds that you want for the price of just like a few diamonds at Cartier, you know? So yeah, that was my first experience at Cartier and what drove me to pick this exact piece. Diving into the review, let's talk wear and tear. This has been a year of wearing it nonstop, and it is still so shiny and beautiful. Yes, if you look at it up close, there are little like scratches on it, but I will say I got my bracelet in April and we got married last June, and for all my wedding photos I knew I wanted the bracelet to look nice, so I went into Cartier and they buffed it for me. They put it through some machine. I don't think you're supposed to do it that many times, but I was like, this is one of those times when I need to do it. So I went in, they did a complimentary. It probably took like 20 minutes. It didn't get rid of the scratches, but it kind of blurred them a little bit and just made the bracelet super, super shiny again. I still feel like though the bracelet is very shiny and noticeable for having it on my arm for literally a year. I'm also not very careful with my stuff. I've said this in my other designer videos, but like if you buy something, you want to feel comfortable using it and wearing it, and that's kind of my MO. I mean, I definitely wince when I like accidentally slam it on like, for example, my glass desk. It definitely like makes me feel a certain type of way, but it doesn't stop me from continuing to live life like I do. So mine probably has more scratches than someone who babies it a little bit more, but I'm okay with it and I still think it looks fabulous. So in my opinion, wear and tear is really not a big issue, and if you have a special event coming up, just go to Cartier and get it buffed out. Moving into the pros and cons. Pros, obviously this bracelet is beautiful. If it's a piece that you've dreamed about, it really, really is such a standout, beautiful, classic piece. Yes, people say it's overdone, which I would say is like a con because a lot of people have it, but I will say like there's still a lot of people who don't. So I don't think it's as chuggy as everyone makes it out to be. Also, if you wear it and you love it, that's really all that matters. I feel so put together whenever I always have these bracelets on, but I can just be wearing like the boringest clothes or a yoga set and I still feel like put together and cute because of my jewelry. And this brings me confidence, right? And ultimately, I think that's all that matters. Honestly, if this is a piece that you've eyed for the longest time, you love it, you have dreamed of it, you see so many people having it and you still want it, get it. It's so worth it. One con that I actually do want to mention is when you're walking through airport security. I have no idea why no other metal beeps. Like when I wear my rings, it's not like it beeps, but like this bracelet beeps like crazy anytime you're going through the metal detector. One tip or trick that I've learned is if you cover it, usually it's fine. If you're wearing like a sweater or like a top that's thicker and it covers your wrists, usually it's fine. But if you're wearing like short sleeve tank top and your wrist is just like open like this, it will beat off. And then since you can't take it off, they're gonna make you walk through that machine where you have to go like that. And it just takes a little bit longer as you're going through security. But I've done it, everybody does it. The people in security, they're very aware of these bracelets now, so I don't think it's a huge issue. The other thing that I did want to mention that a lot of people I think view as a con is the fact that the bracelet comes off easily. I actually think the bracelet does not come off easily. There's been multiple times over the past year where I'm like, oh, like I've worn this for like 3-4 months. I wonder if the screws have come loose, and I try to go tighten it before a trip. there's like no need to tighten it at all. And actually this was definitely a real concern before I was purchasing, because one of my girlfriends, she actually had her bracelet stolen or it fell off at a club. I think that basically sometimes when you're in crowded places, people will walk around with the Cartier screwdriver and just unscrew your bracelet, which is so effed up. But I think that might have been what happened to her, or she says that she just lost it because the screws came out. When I talked to Lana about it before I purchased, because I was so worried, because I mean like 10K on your wrist, if it just falls off, that's like a huge bummer. So she actually said over the past few years, they've made adjustments to the bracelet so that it doesn't unscrew as easily. Also, it only unscrews fully on one side, I think. The other side, the screw doesn't fully come out. I think. The old ones, it was both sides would unscrew. This one, I think just only one side fully unscrews. Comment below if you know. Oh, also, how could I forget about this con? Obviously, it's so expensive. It's crazy to me to think that jewelry can be this expensive, if not more. But I will say a lot of these jewelry pieces are now around this price. They're basically the price of a designer bag. And the fact that designer bags are this expensive too is wild. But I feel like I just try to buy less, but buy the things that I like. And I mix high and low all the time. You guys see I'm wearing like Amazon earrings, Amazon things, but then I'll have like my nice jewelry too to balance it out. So that's kind of how I justify it. And then the big question, is it worth it? For me, yes. I feel like this piece brings me so much joy. It has so much meaning. That meaning behind a lot of my luxury pieces is what makes these pieces even more worth it and even more special. So that's why I always try to get pieces when it's around something special, because it's just always a great reminder. And for me, it's always something I can look back on and be like, oh right, like I got this for my 29th birthday. Oh, I got this for my wedding. Like it's very sentimental, you know? And these are pieces I would love to continue to pass on to my kids, and hopefully they pass on to their kids. I feel like I think about my purchases a lot, and I really value value. Like I want to be able to wear my pieces every day. I want to wear them, and I want the cost per wear to be low. And to me, when those things kind of line up and there are pieces that make me really happy and make me feel special and loved and beautiful, that's all that matters. So that's the video. I hope this was helpful. If you've been debating buying the Cartier Love bracelet, comment and let me know. I'd love to like chit chat with you about it, and I can answer more questions. If you're debating different pieces, whether that's within Cartier, whether that's Cartier versus Van Cleef, etc., I'm happy to chat that through with you in the comments. If you like this video, hit that like button for me. That shows to me that you guys like these videos, and I'll continue to make more jewelry or luxury content. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on that bell so you'll be notified every time I post, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.